Contoured Part 1.4. Sri Nandikeshwara's god of Sri Shiva's curse for calling him monkey at Sri Kailash. Sri Nandikeshwara cursed that Ravana and his kingdom would be destroyed by monkeys. 5. Sri Vasishtha's ancestral guru of Surya dynasties. Curse. As Sri Vasishtha refused Ravana's invitation to teach the Vedas, sacred texts, he took the former captive. When he was released from captivity by the solar king Kuvalayasva, Sri Vasishtha cursed that Ravana and his family would be destroyed by those born in the Surya dynasty. 6. Sri Ashtavakra's curse. Ravana once saw sage Sri Ashtavakra at Slesmataka and gave him a kick, saying, "Oh, handsome fellow, I shall cure your 8 hunches," and the sage cursed Ravana as follows: "For kicking me, a poor innocent sage, you will be kicked from head to foot and foot to head by monkeys." 7. Sri Dattatreya's, an incarnation of Sri Vishnu's, curse. Ravana once poured on his own head water kept purified by mantras by Sri Dattatreya to bathe the head of his guru, and the latter cursed that Ravana's head would be polluted by the feet of monkeys. 8. Daipayana's curse. When Ravana touched the lips of Daipayana's sister in his own presence, he cursed that Ravana's sister would be mutilated by a man and he would be humiliated by monkeys. 9. Sri Mandavy's curse. During a pleasure trip of his wife Mandodari, Ravana cruelly manhandled Sri Mandavya Maharishi, a great sage, when the latter cursed that Ravana too would be roughly handled by a monkey. 10. Sri Atri's, a great sage's, curse. Ravana once dragged by hair the wife of Sri Atri, Sri Anusuya Mata, in his very presence, and Sri Atri cursed that Ravana will have to witness his wife being dragged by the hair by monkeys. 11. Sri Narada's, the son of Sri Brahma's, one of the 24 incarnation of Sri Vishnu, curse. Sri Narada refused to explain the meaning of Om to Ravana, and the latter threatened to cut the tongue of Sri Narada. Sri Narada then cursed that all the 10 heads of Ravana would be cut by a man. 12. Atavarma's curse. Ravana once touched Devi Madanamanjari, wife of Atuvaman, who lived as an anchorite in the Marutta forest, and the latter cursed that Ravana would be killed by a man. 13. Sri Maudgalya's curse. Once, sage Sri Maudgalya was sitting in the swastika pose, resting his neck on the Yogadana, a short stick-like piece of wood with a handle. Ravana happened to come there and he cut into two the Yogadana with his Chandrahasa sword, with the result that the sage fell down with face upwards and broke his backbone. The sage then cursed that Ravana's sword would prove ineffective in future. 14. Brahmana Janani's, Kumaris, curse. Certain young Brahman girls who had gone for sea bath were embarrassed by Ravana in the presence of their mothers. Then they cursed that the wife of Ravana would be insulted in his very presence by monkeys. 15. Sri Agni's curse. Ravana once embarrassed Sri Swaha Devi, wife of Sri Agni, in his very presence, and Sri Agni cursed that Ravana's wife would be humiliated by monkeys in his presence. 16. Anaranya's curse. Ravana killed by one blow on his chest King Anaranya of the Surya dynasty, who sought refuge with him, and the king cursed that Ravana would die with all his 10 heads cut by the arrows of a prince of the solar dynasty. 17. Sri Brihaspati's, the preceptor of gods, curse. When Ravana was about to return after conquering Devaloka, heaven, and taking the Devas, gods, captives, Sri Sulekha Devi, daughter of Sri Brihaspati, tried to take shelter somewhere when Ravana attempted to catch her by force. Then Sri Brihaspati cursed that Ravana would die when hit by the arrows of Sri Rama. 18. Sri Brahma Deva's curse. Ravana tried to embarrass Sri Punjika Devi, daughter of Sri Brahma, and the latter cursed that Ravana would die with all his 10 heads broken if he ever touched unwilling women. Ravana, in the course of his triumphal tour after receiving the boons from Sri Brahma, subjugated kings, and marched northwards and reached the valleys of Mount Kailash, the abode of Sri Shiva. But Sri Nandikeshwar, god of Sri Shiva, stopped him there. Ravana tried to lift Kailash and put his 20 hands under it, but was unable to pull out his hands underneath the mountain. Ravana remained there for about 1,000 years, singing the praises of Sri Shiva. At last, Sri Shiva appeared to Ravana and presented him with a sword called Chandrahasa. It was this sword which won victories for Ravana in future wars. Ravana, during his triumphal march with the armies, once came to the Usiravira mountain. There, the king called Marutta was performing Maheshwar Yaga, on the plains of the mountain. Sri Indra, the king of heaven, and the other devas came to receive their portion of the offerings. But they ran away, in fear, on the arrival of Ravana. Sri Indra assumed the form of a peacock, Sri Yama that of a crow, Sri Kubera that of a chameleon, and Sri Varuna that of a swan, and the devas, thus assuming various forms, went away in different directions. Marutta got angry and got ready to fight Ravana. But the sages prevented Ravana from fighting. Ravana returned with the glories of victory. Once, sage Sri Narada, son of Sri Brahma, felt the urge to witness a quarrel. He went to Lanka and told Ravana tales about Sri Kala, the god of death, that not only Sri Kala was more powerful than Ravana but also that Sri Kala would soon be causing Ravana's death. These stories awakened the anger in Ravana against Sri Kala, and the former, with a strong army, challenged Sri Kala, and war between the two started. Sri Brahma was in a dilemma, for he had given Ravana the boon that the latter would be killed only by a man. At the same time, he had given the boon to Sri Kala that anybody thrashed with his, Sri Kala's, club would die. Sri Brahma, therefore, decided to end the fighting between Sri Kala and Ravana somehow, and he approached Sri Kala and requested him to withdraw from fighting. Accordingly, Sri Kala acknowledged defeat and, thus, the fighting ended. Afterwards, Ravana marched with his army to Patala, where he defeated Taksaka, the Naga, serpent, king, and exacted tributes from him. Then, he attacked Nivatakavakas, the impenetrable armored demons. When the fighting became very fierce, Brahma intervened and brought about a compromise between the two. Next, Ravana attacked Sri Surbhi, the cow goddess, also called Sri Kamadhenu, in Varuna's palace, but the Rakshasas, demons, who emerged from the paws on Sri Surbhi's body drove away Ravana. Ravana's sister, Sapanaka, met Sri Rama and Sri Lakshmana at Panchavati, a hermitage, and wanted first Sri Rama and then Sri Lakshmana to marry her, but Sri Lakshmana cut away her nose. Enraged by this, Ravana abducted Sri Sita Mata. Sri Rama, with the help of the monkey army, killed Ravana in war. Sri Valmiki Ramayana and Kamba Ramayana.